I had fun drawing these illustrations and I want to explore why. Hi, I'm Your Creates and I have not been drawing for the past 4 years. It was on and off. It wasn't like I wasn't drawing at all, but I wasn't drawing in the frequency I would expect me to, like at least once every week or something like that. But it became hard for me to draw. It's a combination of a lot of things that happened in real life, but I don't want to get into the details here. But to put it shortly, it's like um, mental health, rise of the AI art, and also me being a little bit concerned with social media numbers, which dropped my motivation to draw as much as I hate to admit. But this video, I really want to understand why I had fun drawing this illustration. Because of the reasons I mentioned earlier, I don't remember the last time I had fun drawing. I think the earliest thought of having fun that I can think of is like when I first started drawing, and even just following a tutorial and drawing, say, an eye or a stick figure, or just copying like Mark release tutorials were really fun for me. I look back to those days and I remember the time I used to draw fan art for Fairy Tale. Um, when I look back at it, the anatomy was very wonky, and I think there was a lot of room for improvement. But I'm still surprised at how much uh, lively and fun those art pieces look like. And I guess I was just enjoying myself when I was drawing. As I got into social media, I realized that um, I don't know, I think somehow I became obsessed with, getting more likes or followers. And there was also a period of time where I was looking up tutorials on how to gain more followers. And but my real life was very different from my online life. So I couldn't put in that much effort into social media. I can't do that even now, as evident from my changing posting frequency. That happens every single time I come back. But now I've accepted it and I'm just moving forward. The illustration I'm drawing today is a fan art actually, and it's a redraw of one of my earlier pieces I drew for Your Line April. This drawing was actually done in April, although you're seeing somewhere in the middle of May. But it has always been a sort of a personal challenge for me to draw fan art for Your Line April in April, and I'm happy to say that I've actually made it this year. Originally, I was going to record this. I was going to post a 2 hour video of this drawing because I had so much fun. I was actually planning to post the video as is, but then when I started going through the video, I realized that the uh, pen scratching the iPad was actually not letting my voice. Uh, my voice lost the clarity because of the background noise of me, drawing on the iPad, and I really did not like that. And as much as I wanted to share the whole process, I think I would, for now, keep it to myself, and I would just continue posting a time lapse of this drawing. So I have a very special relationship with Your Line April. I think Corsair is a character I relate to a lot, especially after on the mental health crisis I experienced. And I feel some days like Kose when, before Kaori found him. And there are times I tell myself that this is my starting line and this is where I am now, and I can only move forward and grow if I accept myself. And I find him very inspiring. And this story is very close to my heart. And when, I still remember the moment when Kose's world became colorful in the anime, and it was like the colors were bursting right in front of me, and I can never forget that moment. It's also pretty interesting that whenever I think about Your Lie in April, although I've only seen it once, unlike some other anime, I've only seen this once. And I think I do. And it still plays in front of my eyes as if I'm seeing it all over again. And that to me is a very good anime. I think the music was beautiful, and I really love when, the musicians play in a way that it doesn't sound good, and then you see a variation where they actually sound good. And I don't know how the musicians do that. I think it also happened in a different way in La Coda d'Oro Primo Passo, when Len was playing Ave Maria for the first time. And it was initially like without any emotions, but then the next time he plays, it's so full of emotions, and you can actually see that difference in the music. And I don't know how the musicians did that, but it was really beautiful. And that's why musical animes are something which are very close to my heart, and I really love them. So coming back to Your Line April, I think I don't know what to say. It's such a beautiful story, and please do watch it if you've not watched it. I remember every single thing, and I think I've kept it spoiler free somehow so far. Uh, so I every April, as soon as April 1 hits, I keep hearing Kaori's letter to Kose in my head, and I'm like, yes, this April I'm going to draw Your Line April fan art, but that doesn't seem to be happening. And so this year I told myself that I wasn't going to draw the fan art, so that I wouldn't be disappointed when April 30th hits and I was not going to draw it. And I think I maintained it well until the end of April. And all of a sudden, on the 30th, I woke up early that day and I was like, I'm going to do an activity. And I wanted to draw early morning. So I was going to go to work that day. So it was really unexpected. So I opened up my iPad and I quickly started drawing. I think it took about 45 minutes. I finished the sketch. I already sketched a basic idea of how the illustration was going to look like. And because it was a redraw, it was simpler for me to like I didn't have to come up with an idea from scratch. And this illustration idea, I've had it for years in my head. So it was not at all hard to come up with an idea for this one. Except that, like in my original redraw, in my original drawing, I had the sunflowers at much lower height than the human beings, human characters in this illustration. And then later on, somewhere in the last 10 years, I think like I drew fan art in 2015 and it's 2025. So 10 years of progress, I guess. So in the last 10 years, I found out that sunflowers are actually a lot taller. So I wanted to capture that in the illustration as much as I can, because if they are as tall as the human characters, then I have to change a few things up. And to make the composition a bit more dynamic, I always wanted some sunflowers very close in the foreground and some at the back. Although I don't think I've done a justice to the sunflower field itself, because it's far more beautiful than what I've portrayed here. But as an amateur hobbyist artist, I think this is fine. As I said, this is my starting line, the new starting line, and I probably would be starting a lot. And I'm really good at starting, not so good at finishing stuff. But so now that we've talked about the idea, I went in, I did the sketching, and then I almost gave up. Like when I came back from work that day, I was so exhausted. Actually, like took a long break, came back home, had dinner, watched a show I liked, and then 11 o'clock hit, and I was like, I can't let this April go by. I need to finish this illustration. So I thought, okay, let me just do this. I'm just going to challenge myself and finish whatever I can before 12. And I'll just call it quits. And I'm going to post the video because I want to remember that I've done this. It's not perfect, but it's done. So that's what I did. So I made some quick choices here. One was that I decided to use a color palette. I've been watching short videos by Artward these days, and they're very informative. And in one of the shorts by Artward, they say that instead of choosing colors, we should use color palettes. And by using color palettes, we make some interesting choices which we would miss when we are choosing colors by ourselves. And I thought that's a good tip. I probably don't know if I've like captured the essence of it, but so I just remember that yes, I need to use a color palette. And I thought because I didn't have time, I was gonna stick with a color palette. And thankfully, Procreate had a beautiful color palette, which was going to work with my color scheme, or like the sunflower field that I was going for. And except for I think blue, I think I picked all the colors from blue and white. I picked all the colors from the color palette. And blue, I think I tried to pick a color which is not going to clash too much, but that's something I picked by myself with my limited knowledge of color theory. So I think I did a good job. So I'm happy about how the result turned out. So now, why am I dissecting why I have fun? For me, actually, going back and reflecting on things is also fun, and because I've not had fun in a long time, so I just wanted to figure out why was this, and I wanted to make this video a bit more useful to you guys who are watching the video, because I usually find that time lapses are not very useful for me, and I don't enjoy when I post time lapses. I love watching other people draw because they are gorgeous and I can actually learn from them, but my own time lapses, I don't find them really fun. So the editing on this video was actually going to be very different, but I couldn't really spare time for that. So it's just going to have to do with this time lapse for now until I find a better way to do this. So, why I had fun? I think one was that I was doing a illustration idea, which is way out of my comfort zone, but which I was really passionate about. I think I've had this on my mind for a lot of years, and to see that I've actually made it, and I took the opportunity, no matter how hard it was. I think that was one of the reasons why it was really really fun. But the second reason was that I actually accepted that I'm a hobbyist. I think I don't know why, but somehow I came into this part where I was thinking of myself as a professional, and I would judge myself as a professional when it comes to art when I'm not. I don't have the skills of a professional. I'm not doing any professional artwork. I'm not taking commissions or drawing professionally. Um, while no one said that I should not hold myself to those standards, but I still think that it's important for me to understand that art is a hobby and enjoying drawing comes first. And it actually came from a short I saw where the creator talked about the differences between a professional artist and hobbyist artist. I mean, this wasn't really the topic of the discussion, but it just clicked in my head that why am I judging myself in terms of a professional artist when I could barely draw? And I'm not a bad artist, but it's still. Um, so that really made me think about um, how I'm drawing more critically, and I decided to just forget about it and just have fun. So that's what the channel future of this channel is going to be. Then I think, like, when I realized that, I let go of the fear, let the lines be wonky. As you can see on the sunflower, I am I really apologize to the sunflowers, but I just did what I can, focused on the big picture, and just wanted to finish things up, I guess. Um, and the original plan was very different. Like, uh, initially, the idea was that Kosei was supposed to be in the shade, and then Kaori was supposed to be in the light. But then the sunflowers faced forward, so that means that the sun is coming in the front, right? So the I had to change the whole direction of light, and while it was unexpected, but that was also fun, and I need to remember all these tiny details when I next draw. So also, as I was saying, that I tried something new in this drawing, which I wasn't doing for a long time. I think there was a period in my art journey where I was just drawing heads and shoulders, which I think I've not really gotten good at drawing heads and shoulders either. But still, I think I really enjoy drawing these illustrations, which are more complex and which challenge me, and it gives me a sense of accomplishment every time I do that. And that's what the plan is for now. I don't know how things are gonna go, because for those of you who don't know, I've also started webcomic on the side, but I don't want to stress myself with anything. It's Everything's going to be only for fun, at least for the time being, because I'm really stressing out in my life right now. So I just need a hobby, something I can control, and something I'm okay with, whether I do draw or not. And I think so that's why this is going to be um, I mean, like, I guess the direction of this channel. I hope to explore more challenges, and I hope to share more of my journey as an artist. I also hope I can draw show you some traditional art. I have not been drawing traditional art, but I hope to show that also on my channel, because but the thing is, like, these days it's just become so hard for me to set up everything for traditional art that I don't record it. And it's winter, so it just gets really dark once I get off work, and I can't record any traditional art videos, so that's why it's been hard, but I'll figure out a way. Overall, I think this has been really fun drawing. And if I have anything I want to remember from this, is and if it's just going to be a letter for my future self also, it's just that you know uh, don't stress about drawing. um, Draw for fun first, and draw loosely. It's okay if one line is wonky, if the anatomy is wrong, because I'm learning drawing. I can make mistakes, and so it's all good. And eventually things are going to get better, and I learn. Maybe not now. Maybe it's not gonna happen this year. Maybe it'll take 4 or 5 more years, because I'm not putting it in every day to learn or draw art. And it's honestly a unrealistic expectation for to set for myself. So it's all okay. So wherever I am at in my art journey, that is okay. And I think I'm at a really good place, because I've been having a lot of fun drawing. And I was, if I think about it, I think it also came to me because I mean, came back to having fun because I actually took a break from drawing. This was like a planned break since October last year. I think I was like too busy with my life, and I decided that I'm going to not limit myself to drawing and do creative work instead. So that kind of allowed me to work on my longer projects like my webcomic, actually two of my webcomics, and I pivoted to writing and world building, character design, exploring uh, themes. And while I explored those themes, I got back to drawing because I had to get the webcomic up and running. And when I did that and I was like experimenting stuff, I realized there were a lot of things I needed to know to draw the webcomic. And from there, I came to this thought process of okay, what is the things that I need right now to make the webcomic better. So so it's been a process, but I think this long journey since October to May, or April, actually helped me find joy in drawing and not worry about things too much. I'm going to talk about my webcomic in more videos in the future. I wanted to capture that raw process of how I actually made it, so that in the future I have something to look back and to actually say that okay, uh, this is it. Like, I mean, this is how I did before, and this is the process I can use to make comics again. Um, and I think that might be helpful to other creators too. So I'm hoping that you would like those videos as well. So subscribe if you would like to um, be alerted about um, the upcoming videos. But even if you don't, I hope you had a nice time on this video. And I can't believe this video is so long. um, I only planned like 16 minutes of talk, but this video is so long. Okay. Um, so, yeah, dear future me, if you're not having fun, then just come back to this video, watch it all over again, and hopefully the insights from this videos are going to help you um, have fun again. And sometimes maybe you just need to pivot and de-stress, or sometimes you just de-stress on the job. But also, side note, I had a lot of fun exploring Procreate on this one. I don't think I've really seriously used Procreate until I was drawing this illustration. I've learned about a lot of fun uh, features of Procreate, and I guess like there was this one about you can resize your strokes, which you just saw. And then I also learned about this changing the threshold of the fill feature, which was also fun. Um, and and I also actually had this brief reference window, and for some reason the illustration was always reversed. I wanted to capture it on the video, but I don't think that actually turned up. And but anyway, we're close to the end of the video, and I do my trusty purple and yellow highlights to unify the picture, and that's pretty much it. And then I add my signature. I don't have the clip in this video, but I actually finished it like 1 minute before 30th of April 2025, and I'm extremely proud of it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.